Welcome back to Live at 5. I'm Haley Gordon.
And I'm Kelsey Rushing. And I don't know if you knew this, even though we had the auxiliary president come in, but the VFW Post 4203 is hosting the Veterans Parade and more events on Saturday the 11th.
Yes, there are so many exciting things happening.
There really is.
Not just the parade, but they're going to have all types of acoustic music going on.
Right. And there's also the, this is at 11 a.m., Veterans Day opening ceremony at the old courthouse.
Oh, yes. And also they're going to have that art display downtown as well, which is really exciting. And the art's going to be made by actual veterans.
I know. I'm looking forward to that. I love art personally. I don't know about you.
Right.
But it's just awesome.
And,
I know.
you know, anything that's, personally made by someone who has experience with it is going to be even more, puts that personal homespun touch on it.
Right. And then there's the actual parade starts at 3 p.m. in downtown Rockham.
Right. And then at 8 o'clock, they're going to have a band at the VFW.
Unsung, if I'm correct.
Yes. Right. And so many exciting things going on Saturday, something for everybody.
Right. Other than that, let's go on to your top story.
David Allen Knight of Whistle Road in Hamlet was arrested on Monday, November 6th, as he was charged with 2 counts of embezzlement from Hamlet Rescue and Medical Services, totaling over $20,000. After a 20-month investigation by the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations, it was determined that Knight was in fact involved in an embezzlement scheme. Knight is the former fire chief for the town of Hamlet, who retired from the field in 2015. He served the town for 35 years, starting in 1981 after graduating from high school. He became the chief of the fire station just 6 years later. Jonathan Blanton, Hamlet city manager, released this official statement. The city of Hamlet is disappointed in the circumstances surrounding the former fire chief, David Knight, and his alleged involvement with the mishandling of funds from fire and rescue and emergency medical services. All information was turned over to the State Bureau of Investigations, who completed a thorough and in-depth investigation of the situation. And although the city is disheartened at the possibility of past financial mismanagement, the city is confident that necessary changes and safeguards have been put into place that will allow for a mutually beneficial relationship to continue between the city and Hamlet Rescue and Emergency Medical Services, as we strive to deliver the best possible services and protection to our citizens. To complete the official statement can be read on the Richmond Observer's website at www.richmondobserver.com.
Since the arrest, Knight has made bail. According to the State Bureau's investigation, the prosecution is being handled by the District Attorney's Office along with Financial Crimes Resources prosecutors. As new details emerge, the Richmond Observer will continue to report on Knight's case.
Firefighters from East Rockingham were dispatched at 1:37 a.m. Tuesday morning to a garage shop fire at 162 Airport Road. Upon arrival, they discovered that a shop was fully involved at the rear of the property. Even with the quick knockdown by firefighters, the structure and all contents were totaled. Called in by a gentleman passing by on the highway, he stated that after making the call, he thought about those still asleep in the house. After knocking hard on the front door, he was able to awaken them and help them exit the residence.
With the quick response of the fire department and the alertness of the caller, only minor damage was sustained to the house and no one in the house was injured. Deputies from Richmond County Sheriff's Office were on the scene, as well as mutual aid given by Cordova Fire Rescue. The cause of the fire had not been determined at this time.
At 4:45 p.m. Monday afternoon, emergency crews were dispatched to a 2-vehicle accident at the intersection of Misbah Road and Sandhill Road. When crews arrived on the scene, they found that a gray SUV had entered on Misbah Road and was struck in the rear by a gray sedan. A spokesman on the scene reported that both occupants in the sedan were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries by First Health Richmond EMS. No one in the sedan was transported to the hospital. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion Ford for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Ford for 13 years.
1 whole year. 15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from high prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are
Champion Ford.
Welcome back to Live at 5. I'm Kelsey Rushing, your head weather broadcaster, and today's 3-day weather forecast is brought to you by Richmond County Hospice. As you can see from our office cam today, it's pretty dreary outside. It's been wet pretty much all day, but it means it's fall. It's finally here. Fall is finally here, and I hope it stays that way. I don't know about you. But let's go to the 3-day weather forecast. Wednesday, we have a high of 52 with rain showers early and overcast skies for the rest of that day and a chance of rain. And a low of 45 with cloudy and occasional showers that evening. Thursday, we have a high of 57 with rain showers early and overcast skies later on in the day as well. And a chance of rain and a low of 39 partly cloudy skies that evening. Friday, we have a high of 60 with sunny skies, barely any chance of rain, and a low of 31 with clear skies with literally no chance of rain the rest of that day. And a reminder that Thursday, November 9th, Richmond County Schools will be operating a 2-hour early dismissal schedule for parent-teacher conferences.
Discovery Place Kids hosted their 3rd annual I Can Be Anything event, which was geared towards encouraging children's interest in their future professions. Kids were able to have hands-on learning with the fire department, police department, Duke Energy, PD Electric, and NC Forestry Services with Smokey the Bear. Director Katie Rolleder said there was a good turnout with over 100 people by noon. For more information on Discovery Place Kids and their events, call 910-997-5266 or visit their website, kids.discoveryplace.org.
Willow Tree is preparing for its Christmas Wonderland open house from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 11th. The shop will take on a whole new look as it is entirely transformed into a Christmas lover's paradise by Jill D. Berry and her team of elves. New inventory has been added specifically for this event to go out and enjoy. More information on Willow Tree or its Christmas Wonderland open house event, visit its website at willowtreeantiquesandgifts.com.
6 Richmond County Special Olympics athletes participated in the state games in Charlotte, North Carolina over the weekend. The 6 athletes that participated in the bocce division were Dawn Grooms in the single games and Joy Fry, Sean Richardson, Nicholas Glaze, Keith Wall, and Justice Stevenson competed in the team games. Richmond County finished with a gold win for team bocce and a bronze win for single bocce. Congratulations are in order for the entire team. Anyone interested in helping coach, sponsor, or help in any way are encouraged to contact Smith at 910-997-8379.
And after these messages, we'll be joined by Russell Parker for the usual Tuesday segment of our NASCAR and football rundown.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
Welcome back to Live at 5, and as always, it's Tuesday edition with NASCAR and college football, and we're here with Russell Parker, as always.
Yep.
How are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm ready to talk about how I defeated Lance last week.
Right.
4-0. Me and him only got one game correct together, and that was the Georgia game against South Carolina. But everything else I schooled him in, and that's why I'm the resident college football analyst.
I remember him trying to say stuff about Alabama, too, and guess who won?
Alabama. Roll Tide.
But, yeah, other than that, is there anything you want to say about the last picks before we...
I just want to say that I'm kind of surprised with the College Football Playoff Committee's choices last week.
Right.
And because last Tuesday, every Tuesday they released a new set of rankings for the playoffs, and I'm actually kind of surprised how they went about choosing their top four. Alabama got put in second on that. Georgia went over Alabama.
So they went from first to second?
Yeah, and it's like, how does that happen?
But they won.
Yeah, they have. Which Georgia's a good team too. I will admit, Georgia's a really great team. There's a lot. I guess Georgia did play a lot of good games this year. Had a lot of good teams. They did beat Notre Dame, who's really high in the rankings as well. But I think Alabama will beat them.
So essentially, they're neck to neck until they face off.
Which hopefully will be the SEC championship.
Who do you think will win, though?
If it comes down to Alabama and Georgia in the SEC championship, Alabama, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. I should have figured.
That's my biased and unbiased opinion, because I think Nick Saban's going to school the former defensive coordinator, Kirby Smart, who is head coach of Georgia now.
Right. And
that's why Georgia got so much success.
This is the same man on the last Tuesday episode who had an Alabama tie and shirt just strutting around.
And I've got another one I'm going to wear, too, from when we play at Auburn.
There we go. I know you're excited for that.
Yes. Always love that game when it comes around. But how about we move on to this week's. This week you get to choose. You get the
It's been
face.
so long now. It feels like forever since we actually sat here on the Tuesday and did our picks, and I'm excited because I know I definitely got mine.
Well, you're going to feel the wrath of my expertise today.
Okay, we'll see.
First of all, we've got North Carolina State, who lost to Clemson last week. They're playing against Boston College, and I wonder, who do you got on this game?
State, because even though they lost the last game, I saw the statistics for Boston. Not very good.
No, I do believe NC State will get back on their feet here, and they will win this game.
NC State.
I won't do that. How about Florida State versus Clemson?
See, how big of a fan of Clemson are you?
I respect the team. I don't like the team.
Well, I'm going to Clemson.
I'm going to Clemson? Well, actually, I'm going to Clemson myself, too.
Okay.
Florida State has not had a great season ever since their first game against Alabama. Their star quarterback got taken out in that game.
Right. Plus, Clemson went from 6 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you really blame them?
I think they're going to continue to keep on what they're doing. I believe they have retaken the Atlantic Division in the ACC. So now they're leading that, and they'll likely go on into the ACC championship game. Whoever they'll face there, I don't know. But I do believe that Clemson's going to defeat Florida State this Saturday, which is my birthday.
Oh, yeah. So if you see our coverage of the Veterans Parade, the Veterans Day Parade, make sure to also say happy birthday to him as well as celebrate the veterans because he's going out of his way on his birthday to get some work done.
I love my birthday being on Veterans Day, though.
That's true.
I like to remind people, hey, it's not just about me. There's a lot of veterans out there.
Right.
And I actually am very happy to be covering the Veterans Day Parade this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm happy to be part of that. But moving on to football, Duke versus Army. Who are you picking here? Because this is actually kind of tying into Veterans Day.
See, you already know who I'll be picking because family, and I've done every time I've said it was family related, it's always going to be Duke. I'm picking Duke all the way.
Well, I'm going to go with Army in light of
Okay.
Veterans Day. And plus, I think Army's got a good football team. They won their last 5 games, defeating Air Force last week as well. When it comes to the military, I used to be in Richmond Senior High School's JROTC, so we have Army there. So I love the Army branch a lot more in the military. So I'm always picking Army when they face Air Force or Navy.
Oh, I believe it because I have plenty of relatives who are currently in the Army or just retired from the Army. So, yeah, I completely understand. But I'm still going Duke. Respect to Army, but Duke.
We'll find out Saturday.
Right.
UNC versus Pitt. Now, UNC has not had a great season.
No.
Their season has been just as not great as Florida State's has either. Which is it? I don't know if it's bad for Florida State to be on the same level as UNC, or it's bad in general for UNC to be that low as they're doing. For both teams, really, both of them, it's terrible for what they're playing. Win game, win.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I don't think UNC's going to get this in here done either.
I don't think either.
Not in Pittsburgh.
No, not in Pittsburgh. I see. Every time I do this with you, I always look at the stats for each team.
Yeah.
And it sounds like I'm cheating, but I always go with the team with the better wins.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hey, it's nothing. It doesn't hurt to go with the team who's got the better record.
Right.
But as you've seen before, teams who are undefeated playing against mediocre teams can lose.
Oh yeah.
It's happened plenty of times in the past. Alabama lost to a Texas A&M team a few years ago, and Texas A&M, they were doing good, but they weren't doing that great. But everybody underestimated Texas A&M.
Right.
You always have to play your team. When you're playing against an opponent, you always have to take them as if they're the best team. You have to play them like they're the best team, no matter who it is.
And that's understandable. That's completely understandable.
Speaking of best teams, which is the SEC Conference, who has the best teams, Florida versus South Carolina.
I'm going South Carolina.
I am too, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm picking South Carolina. Because a few weeks ago, Jim McElwain, who was the head coach of Florida, Florida announced on their Twitter that they fired him. So, and
I think I saw that too.
That's big news, and I think that was unfair for him to get fired when he's only been there for a couple of years. Not enough there to even have his first recruiting class come through all the way through there. I don't think it was right to fire a coach midway through a season.
That's
I think
definitely
they
true.
did that with Les Miles at LSU last year, and their team just fell apart after Les Miles left. And Florida's not going to have I don't think they're going to have much more success going out for this season. Especially because their players, from my understanding, they found that through social media as well. And I think that breaks some trust between them and the university.
That definitely would. I would hate that, to be told that the main person they work with is gone and only finding out through social media, not being told directly. That's just wrong.
I'm definitely picking South Carolina to win this game. They actually have been doing pretty well. And they did a good showing against Georgia last week.
Right.
I underestimated them last week, but they put a good showing.
Don't they have 8 wins now?
Yeah, that's pretty good for them.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, excuse me. No, I think they have 6 wins.
Oh, 6 wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now that is your college football wrap-up.
We'll see who wins.
And now we've got plenty to talk about for NASCAR.
Oh, especially now it's coming to a close, NASCAR.
Yeah. Only 2 more weeks. 2 more races left for all 3 series. I'm very excited about that because I'm going to have to figure out what to talk about afterwards. And I think I got some ideas we're talking about when NASCAR season is officially over with. But we've had the playoffs coming to a close, of course, for all 3 series, Monster Energy, Truck, and Xfinity. But for the Cup Series, this past week, Kevin Harvick won that race at Texas Motor Speedway and locked himself into the next round, which is the final round, the Championship 4. He'll be joining Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. in that, and there's 1 spot left. And it could probably be Brad Keselowski, who's got the points lead over drivers who are not locked in. Who do you pick in the fall out of this one?
To win this one?
To win the race and to also be knocked out of the playoffs. Because there's 4 spots that can for drivers to be knocked out of.
I think I'm going to go with Martin Truex Jr. again because he's been doing fairly well. Maybe not the best, but definitely pretty close in the beginning. He definitely was. But for the bottom 4 to be kicked out, I honestly would go with the direct bottom 4. So Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Jimmy Johnson.
It's insane that Jimmy Johnson's at the bottom of that
Right,
list.
yeah.
The 7-time champion who just won that last year is likely not going to advance into the championship for this year.
It's devastating.
But yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on who's going to win this race. I think Kevin Harvick's going to win at Phoenix. That is one of his best tracks overall. Almost every year they go there to that track, which is twice a year. Usually Harvick sweeps both races that year.
We'll see. The funny thing would be if Kyle Busch won.
Oh, no. I don't know if I could deal with that. I don't think I could deal with another Kyle Busch win or championship for that matter. I think my bottom 4 is going to be Denny Hamlin. Jimmy Johnson, I don't see him winning this race. He hasn't been very successful at Phoenix.
Right.
Much as I hate to say this, I don't think Ryan Blaney's going to make it either.
Right.
And I'm a big Ryan Blaney fan. But I think Brad Keselowski will punch his ticket into the next round. He's got a nice 19-point lead, and I think he can actually show for possibly even winning that race this Sunday. But speaking of this weekend, we've also got the Xfinity Series coming down to their final race in the round of 8. And everybody who's in this one, nobody's safe. Anybody could be eliminated in this one. You could be Elliott Sauer's 29 points ahead. He can wreck out early in that race and not make it all the way through.
Right. It's just free for all, pretty much.
Yeah. Anyone can be going home a loser. Anybody could be going to Homestead. So who do you pick to get knocked out of this one?
Well, as you previously mentioned, I'm going to go with Elliott Sandler as the winner.
Mm-hmm.
He may be 29 points ahead. He may be able to go early, but I feel like he might get his way up there. But as for the bottom 4, I'm going to go with what's already there, Matt Tiff.
Matt Tiff, yeah.
Okay, good. I am saying this correctly. Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, and then Ryan Reed.
Well, I'm actually going to pick William Byron to win this race coming up. He's got a nice future ahead of him for Hendrick Motorsports next year. And I think he wants to finish his Xfinity career off really well. I think he's going to get a win this week. But I think I'm going to have to agree with you on the bottom 4. I don't really see it changing that much there.
Right.
I think all 4 of those guys are going to get eliminated. And, of course, that race is Veterans Day. That will be at 3:30.
There's a lot of things going on Veterans Day.
Yeah, a lot. My birthday. Everybody's doing this for my birthday.
Your birthday, the Veterans Day parade, the race. And
college football, a lot of great action there.
And there's a lot of stuff going on in Richmond County, too.
Yes, a lot. And finally, the Truck Series will be having two drivers getting eliminated. And only one of those drivers were safe out of the 6 they got remaining. That's Johnny Sauter, who won last week at Texas. Huge win for him and his team. He's also the defending champion for this season, or for last season as well.
Okay.
Looking to get 2 in a row. Who do you think is going to win at Phoenix this Friday night?
Johnny Sauter.
Sauter. I think I'm going to go Austin Cindric. He drives the 19 truck for Brad Keselowski Racing, and I'm a Penske guy, and I think he's got a good future there. And he's also driving a Ford too, which I'm a big Ford fan.
So many
Even
things
though I drive
he
a Toyota.
Yeah, that is true.
And who do you think is going to get eliminated?
I'm just going to go with the bottom 2 that are already pre-selected, simply because who knows what's going to happen.
Who knows what's going to happen? Only one driver is going to make it through automatically to Homestead.
So,
but, yeah.
Ben Rhodes and John M.
John
is the name.
Nemechek.
Nemechek. That is the hardest.
Nemechek.
That's the hardest name in the world.
And his father's been racing for a long time, too.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a family organization right there between them two, which is really cool to see when you get the family involved together like that.
Right.
NASCAR's always been like that.
Get that good heritage in there.
Yeah. So that's all we've got. Actually, excuse me. I didn't even pick who I was going to think was going to get knocked out.
Not.
I think Ben Rhodes and I think Matt Crafton's going to have some bad luck in this race. I'm going to go on a wild card there and say Matt Crafton.
He's pretty
Matt
up there, so we'll see what happens.
All right, and that's all I've got for you, Kelsey.
All right, we'll see who wins in all of those selections. Hopefully me.
It's going to be me.
We'll see. Anyway, let's go. We'll be right back after these messages.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Family Valley Pharmacy has been serving Richmond County since April 2007, and we have enjoyed getting to know our customers since then. We take our jobs very seriously, and will do whatever we can to make sure you have what you need. Come visit us on Fayetteville Road in Rockingham, and we will treat you like family.
Make sure to stay updated with all Richmond County news by downloading the Richmond Observer app for Apple and Android devices.
We also want to make sure that all events are on our community calendar. Send all info to calendar@richmondobserver.com or submit all your info via the Richmond Observer app.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Good night, Richmond County.